have been pretty wild. I have a lot of things to address today, so come on, grab a seat and listen to what I've got to say. Ever since 2023, I have been acting out and doing not so great things. I will touch upon each issue in sections. I will explain and apologize for each issue once I get to them. Please let me know if I have forgotten to address something. My memory of 2023 is fuzzy due to it being a traumatic time period. Before we get into the issues, I want to explain how and why I ended up being this way. In 2022 and 2023 I was in an abusive situation where I wasn't allowed to make any new friends, go outside, or interact with my family. I was isolated and I had lots of pent-up anger at the world. After discovering topics, I felt inspired. I even hyperfixated on her and the drama surrounding her. I had always been an attention freak, so I had an idea to create an alter ego, an escapism, where I started drama and gained attention. I believe this stemmed from both my topics fixation and also my abusive relationship. I was very open about my issues due to me not being allowed to open up about them. I didn't understand the consequences of what I was doing. Now let me be clear, just because Miloofys was a trauma response from my abuse does not excuse my actions. Please understand that I'm only mentioning this so people will understand why I started Miloofys in the first place, not because I want pity. I'm unsure what more to add to this segment. Sorry if it's a lackluster explanation. I am not a pedophile. I'm 14. To be diagnosed as a pedophile, you must be 16 or older and attracted to someone 4 years, or more, younger than you. I do not fit the label of pedophile. I'm 14, 13 when this all started, and have always been attracted to my own age range or older. When I dated Tophix, she was 14 and I was 13. I did not groom her. Yes, I pretended to groom Toph, however pretending isn't real. I highly regret pretending to be an adult. I wanted to be feared and controversial. I do not encourage or endorse pedophilia. In fact, I highly discourage it, and the only thing I encourage is rehabilitation in non-offenders. Offending pedophiles deserve prison. I am sorry for pretending to be something so disgusting and causing so many people fear that there was an actual pedophile roaming around hurting minors. I don't ever want to do this again and regret it deeply. I am not a zoophile. Yes, I believed I was one for a time and made feral artwork, will be more touched upon in the pro-shipping segment. However, I do not have desires to harm animals and never have. As may know, I was groomed by a zoophile, Miloofys. However, beforehand was when the feral art was made. I identified as a non-contact zoophile, a zoophile who doesn't act upon their urges during early 2023 after discovering the zoophile community on Twitter along with hypnotist Sappho. Keep in mind, I was 13 during this, an impressionable child. I believed I was a zoophile and felt comfortable in the community for quite some time until eventually realizing it was wrong. I don't endorse zoophilia and I absolutely despise zoophiles for hurting animals and ruining me so deeply. I don't want people to ever believe I am something so disgusting. I'm sorry I thought this way. I love my pets and I've never felt attraction towards them in my entire life. I have never offended and never want to. I think Nazi ideology is gross, but why did you create Nazi characters and use Nazi symbolism? Easy answer, attention. I don't actually hold Nazi beliefs and never have. In fact, during the peak of my Nazi LARPing I was actually a communist. I realized the shit I did was highly offensive and it's my job to own up and admit I'm wrong for doing it, regardless if it was serious or not. I used the N-word a lot despite being white. My excuse at the time was if I wasn't using it to be racist, it wasn't racist. I don't believe that anymore and realize it's heavily offensive regardless of context. I pretended to be black so I didn't get criticized for my usage of it. I genuinely regret doing that so much and feel so much sorrow for it. I'm sorry. I don't use the N-word anymore and it's very much out of my vocabulary now. I don't judge people or view them any differently for their race or ethnicity. Back in late 2023, I dated somebody who I will call Snow. Snow was 12 at the time and I was 14. Snow believed I was 11 due to me lying about my age. I do not believe this to be grooming. However, it's weird nonetheless to lie to your partner about something as big as age. It was a 1-year and 2-month age gap. Accusations of me abusing them circulated after we broke up. I don't believe I was abusive, rather a bad influence. Abuse involves intention. I never intended harm upon Snow. I would ask Snow if NSFW was okay many times and would make sure I wasn't harming them. Later into the relationship I encouraged them to use the N-word and used my same reasoning as before, as to why I felt it wasn't racist. This is wrong, very wrong. I shouldn't have encouraged bad behavior like that to anyone, especially not someone I was supposed to look after and love. I would encourage things and ask if I was being too much or if it made Snow uncomfortable. Around the end of the relationship I met someone who I will call Pancake. Pancake would jokingly flirt with me despite my relationship with Snow. I thought of the idea to facade it. Pancake to then eventually leave them. I did this without the consent of Snow. This is considered cheating in my opinion. I went on with the relationship with Pancake while still with Snow, excusing it with being facadating, therefore it being okay in my eyes. This was not okay. I broke Snow's trust and never even told them about what I was doing. I eventually grew closer with Pancake and ended up not wanting to leave them. I still feel guilty about both Snow and Pancake. Snow was someone who genuinely trusted me and I broke that trust. I hurt them deeply. I was a horrible influence on Snow and I know I can never reverse what I've done, but I know that I do truly feel sorrow for how I treated Snow. I also feel bad for Pancake for hurting their trust as well, as I leaked their NSFW and talked behind their back. In early 2023 I identified as a pro-shipper. Now let me be very clear, I don't stand with pro-shipping anymore. I would draw feral artwork as well as pedophilic and abusive ships, Lyari, Charlie X Airy, and I believe this to be disgusting. There's not much I can say here besides that I did pro-ship, and now I no longer do. In late 2023 I created a few drawings of a character named Dasha as a Shota. This was meant to be rajabait and non-sexual. Nonetheless I believe it was wrong to do. I don't support or defend Shotokan. I want to be a better person, and I believe I have been getting better. I'm finally doing things IRL and living my life to its fullest. I regret ever creating the Miloofy persona and I wish I had left it behind sooner. I don't want to be feared or hurt people anymore. I've turned over a new leaf. I reconnected with someone very dear to me. He's here to help me and look after me. If I ever think about going back to my old ways, he's the one to get me to snap out of it. I love him very much. I've started going to church and practicing changing for the better. My goal now is to spread positivity and make people happy, not attention seeking. I want to be good to my friends and spread love. Thank you all for sticking around to the end of this. I ask for forgiveness and for you all to have a good day. I will be leaving the Miloofy persona for good. I will leave this channel up for the sake of this video getting out there, but will log out of it for good.